So for this walk, I want to try to let it be as casual for both of them as possible and just reward them as often as possible for either redirecting and following or for some just name recognition and recall. Yes, good boy. This way. Good boy. Come on, good boy. I'm in. Good boy. We're still going to stop and try to redirect as soon as they start hard pulling, or use patience until they give up and stop pulling. The goal is to still only have movement when the leashes are nice and loose on both ends. It will be a lot easier now that Bolt isn't constantly trying to return home. Trying to keep the leash just as a boundary tool whenever possible. Something to guide them a little bit on the direction. So just stopping him there from being able to go back or to the side. Gonna slowly start encouraging him with some light pressure to go forward. As soon as he starts going, releasing the pressure. Good job, good boy. Same thing here, come. Yes, good boy. Almost. Yes, good boy. And then just rewarding him when he comes along again. Very good. Good boy, hi. Good boy. So him checking in on his own, same with Min here. I'm just gonna go ahead and reward that as well. Because most of the time, when the pups are pulling, it's because they're not paying attention to where we are, where we're going, how fast we're going, how fast they're going. But you'll notice too, good boy, whenever they are paying more attention, that's when they're not pulling as much. Yeah. So here we have two pups going in two different directions. Good boy. Good turnaround. This way. Once again, two different directions. Because I want to continue to move forward to the left here. I'm going to let him smell a little bit, but then create that leash as a boundary. So you can't go any further back than that. Same with him. Same with Bolt here. I'll let him smell, and you might want to mark where his brother just marked too, so give him the opportunity. Keep it nice and loose. Good boy. There we go. Good boy, good weight. Come. Good job. Good boy. Good weight. Good job. All right, let's go. Good job. So a lot of yesterday is just making sure that they can't make progress when they're pulling, and either having to wait or having to change direction to where we're actually going. Today, it'll be a lot more on the terms of following. Good job, good boy. So you can kind of see he's checking in a lot more often. He's a lot slower. Good. So light pressure is okay when they're still going in the same direction that we want, but some harder pressure here, like he's trying to get into the woods a little bit too deep, is when I'll stop and have that leash be a barrier. Good boy. Good boy. Yes. So because he's doing really good at checking in, I'm going to definitely reward that. Good boy, Min. Good weight. Good job. Come on, big guy. And especially at first, with them not used to paying attention to us and where we're going and what we're doing outside with all the distractions, it's really important to be very rewarding, both on the verbal front, with letting them know that they just did the right thing, and then also treats which add that kind of additional incentive and positive feedback and encouragement. Good boy, good weight. So as long as they're not pulling hard towards anything, this is going to be more of like a freedom walk where they can kind of go relatively wherever they'd like for however long that they'd like. I'm going to just do my best to keep the leash nice and loose and keep us going in a general direction whenever necessary. Good boy. On that note, it's always good to have goals in mind when you're going for a walk. Thinking about where you want to go and how long you have to get there and to get back. With dogs, you'll have to understand that they have no idea how much time that they have. And they're just trying to take in as much as they can while they can and just go towards whatever interests their nose for the most part. Good boy. Good boy. Good sit. Good boy. So all this is just positively reinforcing when he's already doing the good behaviors that we want. Min, come. Sit. Sit. Good boy. And then adding additional prompts is necessary. Good boy. Come on, big guy. Okay. So that moment there is really good. Instead of having to use the leash to tug him along, I got his attention and just asked him to follow. And now in return, because he's going in the right direction, I'm just gonna go and follow him this way too, so I can keep the leash nice and loose. freedom walks like this, something you'll usually do in the early morning when they have a lot more energy, and later on at the end of the day. And what I usually do during these walks also is assess what needs to be worked on throughout the day. I'm constantly making changes. So if he needs to work on redirecting with the leash pressure and not pulling, we'll concentrate that for the lesson on the day. They need to work on name recognition, we'll concentrate that for the day. Patience, focus, things like that. It's good to just keep in mind. That's why even though it is a pretty free walk for them, you're still getting information that you need during the day, and you're still keeping things consistent as far as it goes to like leash pressure and not pulling. Good boys. On that note, usually with Min here, he'll start pulling to something if he runs out of leash and he's interested in going to something to market. And so what we'll probably do, either moving forward today or later on, is as soon as he starts pulling towards an object that you think he's going to probably be marking, having him wait, redirect back to you, and then releasing him and guiding him to that object so that way he can mark it. Good, not bad, good boy. Good boy, yes, good redirect. So right there, didn't chase after the bird, wait, sit, good. Now, and after the bird flew away, came back and checked in on me. That was really good. So that's why I treated there. And because Bolt is over here paying really good attention and following us, I went ahead and treated him too. Okay. So I want to go slowly this way. There we go. Good boy. Okay. Yes, good boy. So I'm trying to pay close attention to where I think they want to go, and to the best of my abilities, you know, people's yards, street, things like that. I want to try to let them go. Good boy. So that way they feel like they have some freedom of choice when it comes to the walk. It just makes it more enjoyable for them as opposed to always having that pressure on the leash. Kind of works both ways to make it an enjoyable walking experience when they're not pulling on you and you're not pulling on them. Good job, good boy. So we'll get a lot of practice close to home and neighborhood walking, and then as soon as they get more comfortable and better at constantly redirecting, we start exploring new environments. And as soon as they get really good at redirecting, then we'll start working on the social aspect of things, because we want as much control baked in before the situation gets really hard for them to focus. It's okay, good boy. Yes, good job. Good boy. Yes, very good. So right there, whenever possible, because the car wasn't turning, using patience instead of additional pressure to pull him along. Whereas with yesterday, because he was so driven to go back home, we had to use pressure almost the entire time to get him to move anywhere. Good boy. Good boy. So the next time they check in on me again, I'm gonna definitely reward it for them. For the most part, I want to try to keep my speed as consistent and slow as possible. But if he gets excited a little bit and picks up, I'll try to match just so that way we don't run out of leash. Good boys. Yes. Good boy, Bolt. Good job. Good boy. Good boy. Yes, you're a good boy too. Good boy, man. Yes, very good. So sometimes I'll ask men to sit just to work on him extending that focus and following another command. And sometimes, like right there, I will just reward him just for redirecting. So it's important that you make those conscious decisions on when you're going to reward and why. So right here, he sees a pup. I'm going to see and wait if he redirects and stops by himself, and then just reward that. Good boy, Bolt. Good job. Very good. Yes, good boy. There you go. So seeing his brother getting a treat, good boy, was enough to kind of help him redirect for a moment. Good boy. Good boy, man. Good boy. Good stop. Come here. Good boy. And the reason why I want him to stop on his own as opposed to constantly asking him to stop is because I want him to have that his own self-control and self-awareness. Because if he can stop by himself, good boy, like right there, right? Almost. Yes, good boy. Come on. Yes, good boy. It would be better than always having to constantly help him or redirect him. So it's a combination of him, like right now, right? Now I'll help him. Good boy. Good job. It's a good combination of him getting desensitized and having his own self-discipline, as opposed to us always having to give those commands, to micromanage and to help him. So here will be another good opportunity because he'll probably bark at the person walking. Good boy. But so long as he doesn't, what I'll do is I'll just give him that praise in advance, let him know that he's doing a good job. Good boy. Yes, very good. So just like with the redirecting, we want to give praise and or treats too whenever they do the right thing on their own, right? So we got the gentleman with the stroller and the kids, and so because I don't want him to scare the kids, hey, how's it going? I'm gonna help him out a little bit more on this one. Good boy. Good boy. So we're just gonna give him some praise as long as he stays quiet We want him to see but not react, which is really good. Good boy. Good job, big guy. Come on, let's go. Good boy, yes. And I want to try to end on a good note. So I'm trying to get him to redirect and follow before breaking. Come on. Yes, good boy. So adding in that leadership at the end there. Good boy. Doing very good. Okay. And as you take more of these walks, you'll kind of learn to anticipate, you know, Min with him recognizing and wanting to pull towards something, and Bolt with certain patterns too. Like as soon as he thinks we're heading back home, he's going to start pulling to get there faster, and he'll stop focusing on me as much and checking in. Good boy. Very good. Good boy. Yes, Bolt. You did good. Come here. Wait. Good. Good sit. Okay. So having them share treats together will also help later on with the food aggression issues. Letting them know that you're going to be in control of those high value items, and having them take their turn, and also them seeing that you are in control and the other dog isn't going to take their treat, and vice versa, really helps with those behaviors. Good boy, good weight. Thank you. Okay. So we're out of treats, but you kind of see there, I'm still going to give him that praise every time he stops and redirects, especially if he feels the pressure on the leash getting too much. I'm going to try to give him a little bit more leeway because he's excited because we're going home. Good boy, good weight. But then as soon as he pulls too much, good boy, I'm going to try to gesture him back here for another treat. Good job, good weight. All right. Also paying close attention to your environment while you're out on the walk, recognizing that there's somebody there, giving them time to either go in. Hi, how you doing? Good job, man. And he did not bark, he redirected, so that's really good as well. Good job. So in this case, since he's not overreacting, I'll either just hang out here or I'll give him some space and go around. Just depends on if he seems too fixated or if he's doing well controlling himself and not barking. Good job. All right, so he wants to go this way, so we'll just go this way for a little bit. Good job, Bolt. Yes, good boy, I see you. And Bolt just kind of either wants to check out the person or go home. So he's starting to pull, but I'm just using that leash as the boundary right now. Good boy. All right, this way, guys. I know, you want to go home, this way. Good boy, man.
Are you trained dog?
Yeah.
Oh, we have a puppy that needs some training.
Oh, just let me know. We'll have to give you a card sometime. Good boy. Yeah, these guys just need some socializing. So if they bark at you, I'm sorry.
Really? Do you have a car?
Yeah, I'll grab one if I have an extra. If not, I'll give you my information. Yeah, no problem. Good boy. Good weight. Yes, there we go. Good. So that's all I was doing, was just waiting for him for that moment to stop and redirect back to me, as opposed to just continuously pulling to get to where he wants to go. And it's going to be harder for him this as close as we are to the door. Yes, good boy. All right, good job. Let's go. Very good. There you go. And that's going to be a good behavior to work on with them. So that way when they see something or want to go somewhere, instead of just pulling and going there, they stop and redirect back to you to ask you for permission or guidance and that release to get there. It was a good walk.